Generally, health insurance is considered a tool to provide financial support in case of hospitalization, but not anymore. Now, health insurance is moving from illness to wellness. Namaskar. Welcome to Insurance Corner. I'm Pankaj Mathpal, Certified Financial Planner. So, for a detailed discussion on this, I'm joined today by Ms. Anuradha Sriram, Chief Actuarial Officer, Aditya Birla Health Insurance. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us on the show.
Thank you, Pankaj.
So, ma'am, to start with my first question, traditionally, insurers take little or no active role in a client's life until a triggering event occurs and a claim is made. So, what is your opinion on it? And, ma'am, what is the role of health insurer, you think, in preventing triggering events from ever happening?
Thank you, Pankaj. I really appreciate the opportunity to communicate with your audience. And in these times of COVID, customers have recognized the need for wellness and immunity. And I believe this is a great opportunity for the insurance industry to engage with consumers and move from a sickness funding to a wellness engagement actively. We have been able to do this very successfully in the last 6 years. Aditya Birla Health Insurance Company believes in health first for consumers, and we have a purpose of helping customers prioritize health to lead fulfilling lives. And in that context, we've been able to introduce many pioneering features like incentivized wellness, chronic management program, mental wellness support, and so on and so forth, which helps the consumers to manage their condition very well. I would be very happy to share a few customer stories where customers have given feedback that our timely intervention in enabling them to understand about their health condition and with proper advice on lifestyle changes, clinical management, diet, nutrition, and so on and so forth has helped them improve their condition and prevent downstream hospitalization. This is something that is giving us a lot of satisfaction in being able to create a social impact along with the sickness funding that typically happens. So I believe this is a great opportunity for the insurance industry to work with consumers in a wellness focused manner rather than just sickness funding, Pankaj.
Thank you, ma'am, for explaining it. You have covered almost everything. Still, I'll ask the question in a different way. So, how the role of health insurer is moving from illness to wellness?
That's a great question, Pankaj. Unfortunately, the industry has been doing sickness funding, and we have had many cases of customers who had a elevated hypertension or a elevated cholesterol or elevated sugar, and where these customers engaged with in a timely manner, and they were given a motivation to stay healthy or improve their condition, they would not have landed in a hospital with a heart attack or any similar claims. And we have such experience of preventing hospitalization for consumers with timely intervention. So I believe there is a significant role for health insurance companies to play. And customers are willing to work with the health insurance companies so that their needs are met in a holistic manner, not just sickness funding. And we have very good experience in that context through our incentivized wellness offering and a chronic care management program. So I believe there is still a lot of opportunity here. And I would be very happy to share global best practices in this regard, Pankaj, where we can look at what is happening globally and we'll be able to replicate that in the Indian market. And we've been able to do so. And we can speak further in that regard.
Ma'am, you'll agree with me that India's health insurance market is witnessing robust growth. So, if I ask you that what is the share of Aditya Birla Health Insurance in this success?
Thanks, Pankaj. The industry is growing in a very robust manner. That said, we still have a very significant role to play. If you look at the total healthcare spend, the insurance industry is hardly 5 to 6%, which is very unfortunate. And hardly 4 crore retail Indians are covered through health insurance as compared to the population of 130 plus crores that we have. While 50 crores are below poverty line, there are still a significant percentage of population that can be catered to through health insurance. So I believe this sector is poised to grow in a exponential manner, and beyond sickness funding, if we bring in this whole concept of wellness plus sickness funding, then we can make it very holistic. And I believe there is a very attractive and exciting opportunity. And I'm sure you would have seen the recent listing, and the whole PE interest in this sector really demonstrates that.
Anuradha, in the answer to my one of previous questions, you mentioned about global best practices. So can you please throw some more light on global best practices in insurance industry and what are learnings for India?
Sure. Thanks, Pankaj. I would like to quote a few global best practices. One is from our joint venture partner, MMI from South Africa, where they have more than a decade plus of experience in creating a wellness plus sickness funding strategy for customers, and through which they've been able to reduce the hospitalization experience of consumers significantly. I would like to share some statistics in that context. For customers with pre existing conditions, nearly 27 plus chronic conditions, through a very proactive chronic management approach, the morbidity experience, and just to put it in non technical terms, the probability of a person getting hospitalized for such people as a baseline versus a healthy customer, when they started this whole approach, was nearly 7 times. That if a healthy person, the chances of such person getting hospitalized is 1. A person with a pre-existing condition, his or her chances of getting hospitalized is almost 7 times of that. Imagine the risk that person faces. Through this proactive wellness plus health engagement approach, they were able to bring down the hospitalization of such people to nearly 1.2 times of a healthy person. Imagine the kind of social impact this will create in the whole population of lesser people getting hospitalized, more people staying productive, and the kind of fiscal benefit this will get because of improved productivity and a happier population because of better health outcomes. So that is the role that the health insurance company can play, and this is something that has been practically demonstrated by the South African health insurance experience. The other one that I would like to quote is the experience from USA, where there are many companies that have a very interactive and engaging approach with consumers. One of them I would like to say is about Onduo, which is a company from Verily of Google, where they have a very focused and targeted health management approach. As an example, for diabetes, what they do is they provide connected devices to consumers, which helps monitor the customer's blood glucose level on a continuous basis. And they have a clinical intervention team, a nutrition support team, and a lifestyle coach, through which they are able to actively support the consumer to help manage their condition. And because of which the customer's sugar levels were reduced over a period of time, their obesity levels improved, because typically you can see obesity has a positive correlation to increased sugar and diabetes, and the customers had lesser probability of getting hospitalized. All in all, a very positive experience for the consumer as well as for the insurance company, because the insurance company was receiving lesser claims, which is a win-win situation for the customer and the health insurance company. Similar best practices can be seen in other parts of the world as well. Even in India, we are seeing a lot of activity in this space. And I'm happy to say at this moment that we've been conducting very successful pilots with few strategic partners as we speak. We are working with partners like Dr. Reddy's, with an institution called Dwara, and similar such institutions, where we are engaging with consumers at the primary care stage itself, nudging them to do their health checkup, help them understand about elevated sugar, cholesterol, and diabetes levels, etc. And thereby we actively engage with them. And we have a clear action plan where at the end of a period of time, for instance, 6 months or 8 months, we have clear KPIs on improvement of their clinical values, which helps them manage their condition. And also it helps prevent potential hospitalization. So this is really proving to be very successful pilots for us, and I would be very happy to share these outcomes probably in the coming times. But I'm happy to say that Aditya Birla Health Insurance is already enrolled in such pilots, actively working with customer groups, so that this can become a reference point for others in the industry as well, and it can be a whole win-win situation, Pankaj.
Yes, ma'am. As the health insurance industry is witnessing a robust growth, what big changes you expect in near future?
Right. Thanks, Pankaj. In terms of innovation in the health insurance industry, I believe you can call it DDD. One is digital. Second is the whole direct to consumer, and third is demystifying this whole insurance, as you may call it. Currently, health insurance is seen as a very complex topic because the terms and conditions are many, and customers uh, really don't have trust in this segment, unfortunately, because they think that health insurers are doing everything to not pay claims through complex terms and conditions, exclusions, and so on and so forth. I believe demystifying will really help build trust through proactive communication, interaction, and rebuilding trust in the industry. So I believe demystifying is something where we will see a lot of innovation in terms of simplified terms and conditions. And the regulator has played a very proactive role in this regard, where they have come up with standardization of exclusions, where they are ensuring that all health insurance companies and general insurance companies offering health insurance cover, they have standard nomenclature for all exclusions so that there is no ambiguity in terms of exclusions. They're also doing a very good job in terms of minimizing the number of exclusions to what is barely required to prevent fraud and abuse in that context. So I believe this is a journey, and this is much needed if the penetration has to grow for health insurance as a whole. So I believe demystifying is the need of the hour, and there will be definitely a lot of outcome in this area. Digitization, absolutely, because consumers are becoming digital. We are a very young country. More than 65% of our population is less than the age of 35 years, which means all of these digitally native consumers need a digital approach in terms of the solutioning, both in terms of product offerings, the claims settlement process, the whole approach to interacting with them all needs to be digitally acclimatized and made seamless. And in terms of the direct to consumers, I believe there is a significant opportunity there. Currently, distributors are playing the intermediary role because of the complexity of the segment, thereby creating a participated interest. And I believe there is a role for direct to consumers in being able to take relevant products, customized products to consumers, and build the opportunity at scale for direct to consumers, Pankaj. So I believe this triple D is really the opportunity that we have as an industry. And of course, taking a wellness plus sickness funding approach.
So, ma'am, my next question is very specific to Aditya Birla Health Insurance, because I have found that Aditya Birla Health Insurance has launched some of very unique products, and some of them are really industry first. So, my question is that what are your thoughts behind launching new insurance products at Aditya Birla Health Insurance? Or, in other words, if I ask you that whenever you launch a new product, what goes behind that?
Thank you, Pankaj. I'm very proud to share my views in that context. Uh, and thank you for acknowledging that we have one of a kind product proposition in the industry, which is duly acknowledged by our distributors, consumers, and partners. And that has really helped propel our growth uh, to being the number one and fastest growing health insurance company in the industry, which I am very proud of in being able to create a wellness plus hospitalization cover kind of approach to consumers. Uh, from a product vision perspective, we want our products to be, we have a stated vision, by the way, for our products. We want to be customer centric. We want our covers to be meeting the unmet needs of consumers. We want the covers to be as hyper personalized to consumers as possible. For instance, we have senior citizen specific products where we provide covers for home treatment, nursing care at home, which none of the insurance companies provide, because for seniors, once they get discharged from hospital, there is a need for timely and ongoing nursing care. We provide cover for that. And we have millennial specific covers, Gen Z specific covers. We were the first ones to launch mental illness counseling as part of a coverage that we offer, where customers, basis a depression, anxiety, and stress assessment, they get access to very experienced psychiatrists and psychologists on call. And Pankaj, I have to say, this has been one very gratifying experience of mine personally, because we've many customers that have called us and said that because of the helpline, they've been able to prevent suicides, other such fatalities because of timely support. So, in core, all in all, for us, customer is at the center, and we start with a customer pain point when we start our products. As an example, I would like to state our 1 crore product, which was extremely successful and continues to be a industry setter and pioneer in that space, where we found that many customers wanted higher cover because medical inflation keeps on increasing. And I'm sure you would relate to this, Pankaj, because 10 years before, a hospitalization, what it costed versus what it costs now for the same procedure is so hugely different, right? And it's even higher than the regular price inflation. So to take care of that, customers need a high cover, but customers don't buy more than 3 or 5 lakhs cover because of affordability constraints. What we did was to address this challenge and introduce a very, very affordable 1 crore cover that has been a super success in the market, where customers were able to get a 1 crore cover at very affordable rates. So likewise, we've been able to launch many products that addresses customer pain points. So we always like to take customer centric and an approach where we look at the customer pain points. We keep speaking to our distributors, consumers, partners, and veterans like yourselves in the industry to understand what are challenges that customers face and how can we really help address that. And we've been able to do that and acknowledged with many awards. In fact, you can see a Golden Peacock Award that we got for our one of our products, which is a proof point that our products are getting recognition, and it's been one of the key pillars for our growth overall, Pankaj. Thank you for that question.
Thank you, ma'am, for the great interaction and enlightening our viewers. Thank you, viewers, for watching this episode of Insurance Corner. So, health insurance not only provides compensation in case of hospitalization, but it also gives you peace of mind. So, in next episode of Insurance Corner, let's discuss another important topic related to health insurance. Thank you.